Stewardship. A steward is defined as a manager, a treasurer, or one who takes care of the master's business until he returns. When we make the commitment to follow Christ, we become stewards in his kingdom, managers of the resources that God grants to us. Psalms 24:1 says, "The earth is the Lord's, and the faithfulness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein." When we understand that everything belongs to God, and that we are appointed to manage his resources, ownership ends, and stewardship begins. So what are we actually stewards of? God grants everyone different amounts of resources to use, but we all have the ability to use what we have to enhance the kingdom. There are things like our time, talents, our bodies, the gospel, opportunities, our finances, and much more. Imagine that you stored your resources in a bucket. At any time, you can add to and take away for various things. When you get paid or have a day off, you put those resources in your bucket. Perhaps you have to pay some bills or you want to buy someone lunch. Some will have to be taken out. Either way, there is a supply and demand. When we accept Jesus Christ into our lives, though, a new source comes into play. We no longer own the bucket. We no longer own the resources. We do, however, have access to them and decide how to use them. We are now stewards. Imagine all the amazing things we can do now. Think of all the people we could bless and all the ministries that could flourish. God's love could infiltrate every facet of our lives. Unfortunately, things don't always play out that way. We have a natural tendency to revert back to an ownership viewpoint over these resources that we're blessed with. The common misconception is, I earn this, I deserve this is mine. This mindset puts a lid on our bucket. We shut God out. This is the basis of poor stewardship. Now that's not to say that you can't still do great things with what you have, but you have removed God from the system and now have some resources being wasted. We aren't able to fully utilize all of God's blessings. We cannot serve two masters. On the contrary, however, when we remove the lid and submit fully to serving the Lord in every aspect of our lives, the dynamic of stewardship changes drastically. Our God is not a thief. These offerings, tithes, and sacrifices that we give to Him are going to be blessed and used in amazing ways to transform lives for the kingdom. He uses ordinary people to become extraordinary in a broken world that needs a foundation of love. By offering ourselves completely to His will, we allow the Holy Spirit to work transparently through us in a powerful way. Lives will be changed, miracles will happen, and ultimately broken people can learn that they are sons and daughters of a loving God. We will become great stewards. Our buckets will always be changing. In some cases, they will be empty. In others, they will overflow. In all cases, God will use us to do incredible things. Stewardship is a choice. Let's choose God.
Good morning, everyone. For those whom I have not yet had the pleasure of meeting, I am Clay Curry, your finance chair. Wow, that was a very powerful, inspiring video, and it hits home for me in so many ways. So I really wanted to share it with you today. Before I begin, I'd like to give thanks to God, who has abundantly blessed my family, especially as a member of Bailey, as I'm sure He has blessed you and your family. My wife Kim and I seek to be faithful stewards and often ask ourselves, how is God calling me to respond to these blessings? As we move towards Consecration Sunday, we may be thoughtfully considering our answer to the spiritual question, what percentage of my income is God calling me to give? In Luke 12:34, Jesus said, "Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." This week, as part of our newsletter, you will find this insert that guides us to grow one step. Now for just a moment, I will give you a snapshot of our members' contributions over the last 12 months. This slide shows a number of just a few of our members contributing to the financial success of the church's ministries. this chart, let your eyes go down to the left side of the scale until you come to your approximate salary level. Now, move your eyes across to your weekly giving level that supports God's work through our congregation. Then, move your eyes up to the top of the sheet to locate the percentage of your income that represents. During the next 2 weeks, I ask you to ponder these questions. What percentage of my income is God calling me to give to support His ministries? And what can I do personally as a disciple? In an earlier newsletter, you received an RSVP card to attend our Consecration Sunday service. Please take time to let us know you can or cannot be present here or virtually. In closing, I ask when you go to God in prayer to really consider all the blessings you've received and ask, what does giving mean to you personally? And what is God calling me to give to work through our ministries at Bay Lake? Thank you for your time, and God bless.